Hello! I'm not even gonna bother with the light settings in this video because, well, I haven't actually, like my last four videos I've said, like, oh, I'm not even gonna bother with light settings. I usually do, but it's like it's raining and sunny outside and it's just really like on and off and I can't control it. And like I'm tired, I'm like wet-ish hair from rain, whatever. I need to make a video because I haven't in so long, and you guys deserve more videos, like it's some kind of reward or something. Okay, so yeah, what's this video going to be about? It's going to be an Asperger's video because I haven't made one in a while, and I have a long list of things I want to talk about specifically, but today, or rather yesterday, when I wanted to record this, I got some kind of epiphany. That's not the right word for it. It's like I realized something about Asperger's and hygiene. I actually mentioned hygiene in the previous video, saying that I didn't record this video, and somebody, like the first comment was somebody saying that hygiene was very important and how some people don't know how to clean themselves. And I don't know if he was an Aspie or not, but pedantic behavior can be very Aspie. God damn it! I have to turn that on. There, is that better? Is it? What was I saying? Something about pedantic behavior. No Aspie is pedantic. That's just a weird word. I'm not even sure if it exists, to be honest. Hygiene, to me, is this is one of those things that you can't say that all Aspies have it in common because this is like they should have a name for those things you do, like a quirk, a thing that makes an Aspie that specific Aspie, like he's an individual, but he does weird things, but he doesn't do the same weird things that everybody else does. It should have a name. It doesn't. I'm gonna call them quirks because it's easier. One of my quirks is that I don't really care about hygiene that much. I accidentally touched that. I'm sorry. In case you didn't hear anything and just wondering what I'm talking about, and I'm even more sorry. Hygiene, hygiene, focus, hygiene. The thing is, if I drop something on the ground, I work as a chef. If I drop something on the ground, I understand the concept of not picking it up and putting it on a plate. It's unhygienic. I don't really agree, and if it's my own food, I pick it up and eat it. I don't care that it's been on the ground, as long as there's no dirt pieces on it, I'm going to eat it because why not? That is something that most people call disgusting, and that's what I want to talk about today. Not hygiene per se, but what people think is disgusting. Because I realize that those are two completely different things. For example, I pick up stuff from the ground and eat it. People think it's disgusting. It's not actually unhygienic though. You might think that it is because it's the ground. It has ground bacteria on it. Like I read all about that stuff when I was training to be a chef. I know all about it. The important thing is that it's not that bad, and it's just a percentage of how bad it is. It's not like if you drop it on the food, you die if you eat it. That's not how it works. It's like if you drop it on the food, and you do that, 1,000 times, like 1% of the people who eat it might get some kind of like bad stomach problem. That's very generous, probably. I don't know the exact percentage, but the thing is that it's not actually that bad unless you do it all the time. Now, thing about that is that if you do it all the time with yourself, then you'll get used to the bacteria and your immune system will handle it better. So the more you do it, the more unhygienic you are, the better you will be for it. That's hygiene. What people keep saying though is that stuff is disgusting, and that's something completely different. If I don't shower for a week, people think that's disgusting, and I'm going to be a bit honest here, a bit too honest. I don't shower more than once a week maybe 2 times a week if I'm dirty, if it's sweaty and stuff. And people think I'm disgusting. Now, if I lived back in, I keep saying this, if I lived like, when plague rats ran around in the kitchen, you bathed once every 6 months using bathwater that somebody else already used. In that case, you might be considered unhygienic. If you shower once a week, that's not unhygienic, it's disgusting. That's completely different, and you can think I'm disgusting all you want. That's like, I'm okay with that. That's disgustingness is an opinion. Being unhygienic, however, is like a statement. It's a fact. It needs to be clarified and verified, or it's not true. And if you only shower once a week, that is not unhygienic. If you shower every day, that is actually unhygienic. It's bad for you, but it's not disgusting because, you're showering once a day. So the epiphany I had, man, I'm waving a lot. I'm sorry. I just realized that. I'm like, whoa. Anyway, man, Jesus, I lost all train of thought. That was so amazing. The epiphany I had. Normal people, or people in general, I guess, don't seem to understand the difference between hygienic and disgusting, or rather unhygienic and disgusting. They seem to think that just because something is ew, that means that it's also bad for you. And that's simply not true. The problem with that is that they call people disgusting all the time for stuff that isn't actually disgusting. For stuff that you can do. Stuff that is unhygienic. For example, I work as a chef again. At my work, if there's a plate and it's been washed and there's gunks of food on it after it's been through the dishes, people go, oh, that's disgusting. Well, it's actually not that unhygienic because it's gone through the dishes, which is, it heats it up to 60 degrees, which kills most of the bacteria. I mean, it's technically still some bacteria. But the thing is that people don't understand is that when you take a plate and you bring it out into the restaurant, it will gather bacteria on the way there. So you will never get a completely clean plate. You will never get a hygienized plate. That does not mean that the plate is disgusting or unhygienic, because a little bit of bacteria is good. So what's disgusting isn't always unhygienic for you, is what I keep saying. And I knew a person, I've known lots of people who people keep thinking are unhygienic, and even I thought that person smelled bad. And my first reaction is, of course, that's disgusting. They must be unhygienic and not showering enough or whatever. I'm just saying, my point here isn't that you should stop showering because it's okay. My point here is that if you're a normal person, I guess Aspies have this easier because they use logic rather than just emotion. They don't go, ew, disgusting, and then just ignore it as bad for you. But if you see something that you don't like that an Aspie does, for example, never clean his floor, for example. I mean, never, like ever, it's just filthy. It's like disgusting, like pieces of lint this size flying around. You shouldn't. You can think bad things about him, but you shouldn't think that he's living in misery and that he's going to die of diseases. If he should clean or not, that's a completely different story. That's like, he should probably clean that. This floor is not very good for you because of the lint will get in your nose and stuff. It's not bad for you, it's just not good for you. If it was actually bad for me, I would actually... I mean, for that person who I was talking about, who doesn't exist in real life, if it was bad for him, he would probably clean his floor more often. He would probably shower more often. He would, clean his plate after he used it instead of just having it in the dishes until the next time he uses it. I've said a lot of things in this video that I probably shouldn't. about what I do that people think is disgusting. And if you want to think that I'm disgusting, then go ahead. Just don't think that's a bad thing. That's an opinion. That's like if you think somebody's ugly, doesn't mean that they're unattractive, because unattractive actually has a definition. They might be unattractive to you, doesn't mean nobody thinks they're attractive. This is one of those topics that I can't really explain well, because it's like the Xbox versus PS3 thing, which I'm still getting hate for. If you think stuff is disgusting, then you're going to think that I'm disgusting. I can't stop that. It's like I can show you graphs of how much bacteria you need to be disgusting. It's not going to help. You're still going to think it. So my point here is just that I want to clarify that normal people don't seem to understand the difference there, and how that's bad for them. I guess it's like you should always keep objective. Yes, subjective. You should always keep yourself. Facts are facts. You should just keep to the facts. It's like a very simple thing there. And normal people are very bad at that. Aspies are better at it, but Aspies have different things. Like, we have completely different things that we can't, like, an Aspie might think is disgusting to shower every week. More than once a week, rather. Because we're weird that way. And that's why I actually like Aspienism, because we just point out what's wrong with normal people, and we do the exact opposite, which is just as wrong, but it teaches you about how people act and why you should try to change sometimes. That being said, once Katerina gets here, my girlfriend, I'll shower more often, because it's one thing to be hygienic and one thing to think that you're not disgusting. It's something else completely to want to keep people around you feeling comfortable. Like, you should clean your floor if you have guests over, you should shower so you don't smell if you are close to people. That's, again, a completely different conversation. So, anyway, this has been my Aspie talk. It had nothing to do with Asperger's per se, but yay! That was very loud and energetic of me, considering how tired I am. I'm going to end this video. Poof.